Hi, welcome to this session on mindfulness. My name's Alex Kerr and I'm from Mind Care Inspiration. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about what mindfulness is and how it can help you in your life, how I came across mindfulness and what it did for me. So just to give you a little bit of background about myself, I came across mindfulness in 2016. I attended an 8-week course on mindfulness for well-being, and I started to get some light bulb moments about why I behaved in the way I did, why I had certain thought patterns, and how I could start to take responsibility for my own actions and my own thoughts. I then in 2017 attended 2 separate Mindfulness for Insight courses, which led to profound changes in my life. Made me more comfortable with who I was, made me more confident. I made some pretty fundamental changes in my life, and I wanted to give other people the opportunity to be able to have those light bulb moments that I'd experienced, even the small ones, and perhaps give them the opportunity to change their lives so they could reach their potential. So in 2018 I trained to be able to deliver mindfulness courses. So what is mindfulness? Well, it's about being in the present moment and being able to detach yourself from your thoughts and your emotions and realizing that they're not real mental events, they're just states, they're just things that are going through your head. Often we get caught up in stories attached to these thoughts and we start ruminating about what we should have done, what we should have said about in the past, or maybe we're worrying about the future, about something we have no control over. We don't know if it's going to happen, but our anxiety grows as we kind of get engrossed in those stories that attach to those thoughts. Mindfulness isn't like the silver bullet, it's not going to solve everybody's problems, but it provides techniques and tools that if practiced regularly, they can lay new neurological pathways in your brain and help you step away from habits that maybe aren't serving you very well and aren't giving you what you need, changing, bringing you off autopilot so that you don't do things the way you've always done them, because that's the way you've always done them. It's about taking control and responsibility, being aware of what's going on around you and what's going on inside you, and reconnecting your body and your mind. We live in a world at the moment that's so fast-paced and everything's got to be now, and we live and spend so much of our time up here that we forget about what's going on in our body, and we forget what our body's telling us, and we get tired, we get ill, we get aches and pains that we just ignore, when actually we could do something about them if we just spent some time listening to what our body was trying to tell us. It's a bit like going to the gym. You know, if you want to lose a stone, 2 stone, you don't go to the gym once and then all of a sudden all of that weight's gone. It'd be brilliant if it did, but okay, that's not actual real life. And just in the same way, you need to keep practicing mindfulness on a regular basis to lay those new neurological pathways and break the old ones. There's a lot of science that's been done at the moment around proving how mindfulness can help well-being, help relay neurological pathways, reduce the amygdala part of your brain that deals with stress, and increase the prefrontal cortex, which helps you to manage stress and deal with situations that you're experiencing in the moment. Several benefits to mindfulness apart from the mental health. Helps to reduce aging. It might sound counterintuitive, but it actually gives you more hours in your day. It makes you more productive, more creative, builds confidence, helps with pain, with physical health. And then other benefits are around reducing your stress levels, around being able to take control of your actions in the present moment, feeling more connected, being able to appreciate life more, the little things that you notice. And I guess what we've been experiencing with lockdown is that opportunity. I've certainly found that opportunity to feel more connected and be more aware of what's going on every day around me, and noticing things that I didn't notice before, which has made me appreciate the little things and take less for granted. The other thing that it helps with is concentration. How many times have you, if you're at work, gone into an office or gone over to speak to a colleague and forgotten what it was that you went over to speak to them about. Or if you're at home and you think, oh, I need to go upstairs and get something, and you get upstairs and then you think, what did I come up here for? Completely forgotten. And that's where, it happens to me loads. That's where mindfulness can come in and help you with focusing on the current moment, because actually what you're doing is subconsciously your mind's probably going off somewhere and thinking about other things and doing other things, and then you get to where you were intending to go and you've totally forgotten what it was that you were going to say or that you were going to pick up. We spend so much time looking at our phones and not paying attention to what's going around us that we're actually now losing that ability to experience life, experience the experience. All we're seeing when we look at our phones and we're on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, we're seeing the results of an experience. We're seeing what people want to show us. What we're not seeing is what actually people are going through on an everyday basis to get there. And people are forgetting that. And that's not helpful from a mental health point of view. We're always constantly striving to be bigger, better, faster, trying to get something, striving for something that we want to achieve, and forgetting about what we actually have right now. And that's incredibly important, what we have right now. And practicing mindfulness on a regular basis will help to ground you, help to bring you back to that moment of what it is you're feeling and experiencing right now. And the joy of that, the joy of being a child again. And I don't know if you've ever seen a child when they're really engrossed in something, they are just doing what it is they're engrossed in. They're not focusing on anybody else, or anything else. They're not worried about what happened before. They're not thinking about what they'll be doing next. They're actually involved in the joy of colouring or exploring or building a den or doing whatever. They're actually just totally focused and immersed in that. It's called a flow state, being in your flow state, where you're just totally engrossed in that. Mindfulness helps to take responsibility, and I think that's one of the things that I found key. It helped me to recognise my own role and my own responsibility in taking control of my life rather than letting life happen to me. It can offer real light bulb moments. It can help with, so one of the areas it's helped me with is my fear of spiders. I didn't think it would, but that was something that I got in my first course that I went on. They're just animals trying to get to where they want to be. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I've completely got over my fear of arachnophobia, because I haven't. But I can now deal with larger spiders and put them in a cup and send them outside, rather than what I used to do, which was squash them or scream and get someone else to squash them for me. And it's that appreciation that I've developed for something like a spider. I'm now actually just finding that because I do that on a regular basis, I find appreciation for other stuff that I wasn't even noticing before. So it can help with really small things like that, or it can help with fundamental things like your relationships. There's also, in terms of practicing mindfulness, you don't have to do meditation. That's that's a type of meditation. It's a form, a way of practicing mindfulness. But there are all sorts of ways you can practice mindfulness. When you're eating, when you go for a mindfulness walk. So if you're going for a mindfulness walk, feel as your foot hits the floor. The heel goes down first and then the toes come down. And what does that actually feel like in your shoe or your flip-flop? What can you hear when you put your foot down? How does it feel in your leg and your knee? Do you notice anything in your lower back as you're putting your foot down? It's those kinds of things. That's what being mindful is, recognising what you're doing at the moment. One of the biggest things for me when I started this was cleaning my teeth. I thought, it's just cleaning your teeth. How can you be mindful cleaning your teeth? Well, when I was mindful cleaning my teeth, I realised that the toothpaste I'd been using for years, I didn't actually like the taste of. I'd just bought it because it's what my parents used when I was living at home, so I just carried on using the same toothpaste. But actually mindfully cleaning my teeth, I didn't actually like the taste. And so I bought another toothpaste. But when you're mindfully cleaning your teeth, if you've got an electric toothbrush, listen to the sound of the electric toothbrush. Feel the brushes on your gums and your teeth. Taste the toothpaste. What sort of mint is it? Be curious. Ask yourself questions. When you're unloading the dishwasher, actually focus on, I'm taking the plates out of the dishwasher. Are they hot? Are they cold? Are they dry? Are they wet? Are they clean? When you're washing up, how does the water feel? Is it hot? Is it cold? What's the smell of the washing up liquid like? All of those things you can do mindfully, and they're things that you do anyway. So it's not having to find time to put something else into your life. It's just saying, for the 3 or 4 minutes that I'm washing up, I'm just going to be mindful. Now, don't get me wrong, it sounds super easy, but it's not. Your mind is designed to just go firing off. Like a 2-year-old child, it's calling for your attention on so many different things at the same time. But mindfulness, the process of mindfulness, is recognizing that your mind has wandered from what you wanted it to be doing, and then gently and kindly bringing it back. Not telling yourself off, not being mean to yourself, but talking to yourself as if you were talking to your friend. And being kind to yourself. Okay, so my mind has wandered off. That's fine. I'll bring it back and let me focus again on the smell of the washing up liquid or the feel of my foot. And if it is when you're going out for a walk and you don't want to time it, give yourself somewhere to get to. So if you see a lamppost coming up, I'm going to be mindful about walking to the lamppost. And then you can decide whether you want to do it for the next lamppost or if you've done your mindfulness bit. It's not something that you have to find extra time for. Mindfulness meditation, which I will walk you through an example if you want to do some mindfulness meditation. That's more of a formal practice, but again, it can be as long or as short as you want it to be. You can find lots of mindfulness meditations on YouTube. You can do it for 2 minutes, 1 minute, half an hour. If you're just starting, I wouldn't suggest trying to do it for a long time. But you will find when you're doing it, your mind will wander off. You'll start thinking about your board, your shopping list, your dinner, what TV program you're going to watch, you've got to pick the kids up soon, all sorts of things. Your mind will wander off. It's designed to do that. That's absolutely fine. Your process of mindfulness is bringing it back to what you're focusing on. There are all types of mindfulness meditations that you can do. Follow the breath, 3-step breathing space, body scan, kindness meditation, positivity meditation. There's all sorts that you can do. And the one that I'm going to lead you through is following the breath meditation. And the reason I'm going to do that one is because your breath you can take with you wherever you are. It's something you do naturally without thinking, and it can really help if you're finding yourself in a stressful situation to just take 3 deep breaths, or to actually just follow your breath in. Feel it coming in. So what I will do is I'll guide you through the meditation, talking to you. There will be periods of silence when your mind will likely wander, which is absolutely fine. Just bring it back to focusing on your breath. So you can sit on a cushion, you can sit on the floor, you can sit on the sofa, you can sit on a chair, you can lie on the floor, lie on your bed. There's no kind of right or wrong way to do it. All that you need to do if you're sitting is make sure you've got a strong triangular base. So if you're sitting on the floor, you can sit with your legs out like that, or you can sit, I just sit like this because it's more comfortable for me. I've got the triangular base there. Your back needs to be straight. Your head, the crown of your head, imagine there's a piece of string pulling the crown of your head up, and that will naturally lower your chin a little bit. Put your shoulders back and down so you're opening your chest out. You can put your hands wherever you like. I tend to cup mine like this, but you can rest them like that. You can have them like this. It's really however you feel most comfortable. And if you feel comfortable, close your eyes when you're doing a meditation practice. If not, that's fine. But then soften your gaze, look at the floor in front of you and make it go like a little bit blurry. I'm just going to grab a chair just so I can show you how to sit on a chair from a side point of view. When you're sitting on a chair, you can have cushions as well. So I'm just going to grab the chair. So again, with the chair, you need your wide base. So if you put your feet flat on the floor, shoes, slippers, no shoes, that's fine. And again, have your feet slightly apart so that you create that deep base. Then with your back straight, the crown of your head raised, gently lowering your chin, shoulders back and down, open chest. And again, if you're comfortable with your hands here or here, however you feel comfortable, that's how you need to be sat. I'm just going to go back to my cushion. So when you're happy and comfortable in your position, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and take 2 deep breaths in and out through your nose. And then when you're ready, just return your breathing to its normal pattern. And then focus your attention on your breath. Follow it all the way, coming in through your nose, all the way down to your belly and back out again. As you're doing this, be curious about where you feel the breath the most. You may feel it in your nose, the back of your throat, the rise and fall of your chest, the expansion of your belly. There's no right or wrong. Just spending some time focusing your breath where you feel it the most. There's no right or wrong way to breathe. If you've got a short breath, that's fine. If your breath is longer, that's also fine. If your mind has wandered, that's absolutely fine. Just recognize it, gently bring it back. Just remembering you've got nowhere else to be, nothing else to do right now. Focusing all of your attention on your breath. If your mind has wandered, it's fine. Just recognize it, accept it, and then refocusing your attention on your breath. And then as we come to the end of this short meditation, just wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready to, open your eyes. So that was a brief experience of a mindfulness meditation. I hope you enjoyed the session today, and I hope you've enjoyed the entire festival. As I said, my name's Alex Kerr. I run Mind Care Inspiration, and there'll be a new 8-week online course coming out soon. So if you'd like to know more information about that, feel free to email me at inquiries@mindcareinspiration.com, or you could visit the website mindcareinspiration.com. Thank you for taking part and for giving me your time. Take care.